Jeannie. Hi, Jeannie. It's like I'm at an AA support meeting. But, so I've lived here for 11 years, and you still want to come up to me and speak Spanish. I'm not Mexican. No. I mean, look at me. I'm obviously from Missouri, right? So, I mean, I get the confusion. I'm short, I've got dark features, I drive that minivan with the airbrushed Virgin Mary on the side. I get it. Yeah, sometimes real Mexicans can't even tell me apart. And if I'm cruising through the neighborhoods and I get hungry, I look for a quinceañera or like a family reunion, I can zip in there, get me some churros and chimichangas, and I'm out. They can't even figure it out. Yeah. Like this afternoon at lunch, I went to a Mexican restaurant. They were busy. So I went up and stood by the counter, and his family came out, and the dad comes up to me and he's like, "You offered us such great service," and he gave me some money, and gracias. And then a lady comes out, she's like, "You were the best waitress ever, thank you." And I was like, gracias. So by that time I had enough money that I went to the kitchen and got my employee discount meal. And that is how I do Taco Tuesday now. It works really well, yeah. So I always think about how I'm gonna get kidnapped, and I picture this dark alley with a white minivan with free tacos written on the side. I'd make sure there was tacos before I got in there though, no, that's doing. So I like the food trucks here in Jacksonville. Are you guys up on the food trucks? One day I was getting off work and I was heading home, and I was so excited because there was a food truck, Taco Ma, right in front of me. So I was like, I'm gonna follow it, and I'm gonna get me some tacos when it pulls over. And I followed it all the way to Stark until I realized it was a Toyota Tacoma. So disappointed, yeah. So yeah, growing up in Missouri, little small town on the Mississippi River, and we were the only Asian family, and I didn't know I was supposed to be smart in math, and oh, I let my classmates down so bad. Like on test day, they'd sit around me and copy off the exam, and then we'd all fail. And I don't understand why they were so surprised, because we were all sitting in remedial math class. So, and the kids thought I could speak Chinese, and which of course I couldn't, but they somehow got this Chinese newspaper. So they're like, "What does this say?" So if the boy was cute, it would sound something like, I would fake it, and I'm like, "Oh, this your horoscope. This say you very rich, cute, half Asian girl, and you feed her tacos." Yeah. And so if it was a kid that I really wasn't interested in, it would sound like, "Oh, you so sorry. You grow up to be a loser. I'm so sorry." And then we all have had that cheerleader in our class where she's really snotty and she's just a terrible person. So the one that I went to school with, she got this tattoo, like in Chinese characters. She comes up to me, she's like, "Look, it says I'm beautiful." And I'm like, "Oh, no, that said you fat and ugly." So sad, yeah. So, y'all remember your high school sweethearts? Yeah. Mine was Wayne. Wayne was incredible. He played football, baseball, oh gosh. He was just involved with everything, basketball. He really didn't participate in the sport. He was more of the team water boy. Yeah. But, I mean, the way that he filled those water bottles is magical. Yeah. Oh, Wade. Yeah. So I reconnected with Wade a couple months ago on Facebook, and Wade is divorced and with 2 kids. And he was talking about bringing the kids down for summer vacation, and he wanted me to come, visit and meet his kids and everything. And I put it straight. I was like really straightforward with him, and I was like, "Look, are those my kids?" And he sent back a picture. He's blonde hair, blue eyes, and his kids also are. And I was like, "Oh, so you're saying there's a chance that they could be?" So, yeah. So in this small town, my parents. So my mom is from Vietnam, and my dad is a white guy from Illinois. And my dad loved to drink, and he decided buying a ferry boat would be the best investment for a family business. And Mom's like, I don't think so. But she went and got her captain's license. She was the first woman on the Western Mississippi to get her captain's license. That was pretty cool. Yeah, until she started having flashbacks of the war. And you think Asians are bad on roadways. Try them on waterways with unmarked lanes. Oh my gosh. She'd be out there, we're like, Mom, left, other left, boat, over. It was, oh my gosh. We almost decided to turn it into a casino boat because it was always a gamble if we get to the other side. It was, oh, heartbreak. Oh my gosh. So besides drinking, my dad also loved to date prostitutes. And my mom wasn't too fond of that. So they divorced. But they both, neither one of them got remarried. I guess you could say Dad rented, though. Yeah. So, yeah. Oh, Dad, good old Dad. I thought, it was time to go all the way with Wayne. And Wayne wanted to wait till he got married. And I was like, what? So I asked Dad for advice. I was like, what do I do here? And he's like, and he had the sweetest nickname for me. I can remember him calling me this like it was yesterday. He would say, look, dumbass, you just tell the kid that you're Asian, because every guy's looking for the Asian experience, right? And I'm like, I was confused. I was like, so I took him to P.F. Chang's, and then we went home and watched some Bruce Lee movies, but still nothing bad. Yeah. Dad and Mom, they saved so much money on crayons with me because they would just get me the Dalmatian coloring books and the polar bears and the dairy cows. Yeah, just wish it was a little bit brighter sometimes. Yeah. So you guys are pretty for the legalization of medical marijuana here in the state? Yeah. So I really didn't know too much about it because I never had done it. So I went to the Florida Medical Cannabis Conference. And I was a little bit disappointed because I'm quite a crafter, do-it-yourselfer. And I walked in and there was no tables on like how to roll a joint or what color bong is right for you or how to turn off a bong. But they didn't have free samples. Like, how am I gonna know if I like this if I can't try it here? So I did discover they have something made of, it's called edibles. That you can, like gummies and chocolates and stuff, and it's infused with it. So I'm thinking to myself, if I ever have kids, because I never wanted to have kids, but now that I know that edibles are available, I think I'm going to be a really good mom, because I would share. I'm like, one for you, one for me, one for you, one for me. Yeah. So maybe, yeah. So I do, you guys, are you dog lovers? Do you like dogs? Yes, okay, so we have a 12-year-old standard poodle named Dash, and then we have an 18-month-old golden doodle named Dakota. And I drive around with them, and they were in the back seat, and I was at an intersection, and the guy next to me yells out, "You're beautiful!" I'm like, thank you, that is so sweet. I'm taken. And he's like, I was talking to your dogs. And I was like, you're a fucking asshole. Oh, they're boy dogs. So there, idiot. Anyway, so there. But, yeah. So, do you know why guys are smarter after sex? Have you figured that out yet? It's because they're plugged into a genius. Yeah. When I first met my husband, he was a history major, and 3 months after we got married, he had his engineering degree. Yep. That is my superpower. Yeah. My husband uses me for sex now. It's great. Oh, gosh. We got invited to this, this steampunk? Yeah, okay, so it's like a made-up fictitious era, and anyway, you wear like corsets and bowler hats or vests, and anyway, we got invited to a steampunk wedding, and I was going to be a ringmaster, And I was like, maybe I'll, you know, order a corset and see how it looks. And got it in the mail, ripped it open. The panties fell to the floor. The panties consisted of a piece of triangle fabric with some elastic on it. And as I was picking it up, my husband was like, oh, they sent you an eye patch. Yeah, we do a little bit too much role play of pirating, I guess, in the bedroom. But yeah, I tried it on, but it was too small, and yeah. So at the end of the evening, it did end up as an eye patch. But anyway, yeah. So do you guys go to the gym at all? Do you work out?
Yeah.
Ladies, I have found this incredible piece of workout machine. It's called the hydro massage bed, okay? But I prefer the hydro massage chair because it hits you in areas that the bed can't get. And if my husband and I go to the gym together, sometimes I'll let him watch. But, oh my gosh. So we were home feeling kind of frisky, and I was like, how can I recreate this experience for my husband? So I took, you know, a little jump rope and tied his arms to the bed railing, and took his little sweatband and covered his eyes, and then I ran to the closet and got one of those red latex water bottles, filled it up with some warm water, and put it over him, a little squishy, you know, and hell of a way to figure out he's got a latex allergy, you know? But quite interesting to see, you know, how big it could get. I knew he was holding back too. So then I was like, wonder what else he could be allergic to. So I fed him some peanuts and then borrowed the neighbor's cat, and so the poor guy, he climaxes with one of those EpiPens now. So yeah, awful. I know, I'm awful. So one day we were out shopping, and he does this really annoying habit. It's called, I call it sheepdogging, and he's like right at my back, and I'm like, I need space, honey. So what I'll do is I'll point to a wall or the floor. I'm like, look at that crack over there. Go make sure, you know, this is structurally sound. And he'll run off, and he does the hottest thing. He pulls out his graphing calculator, and the Asian in me just goes wild. I mean, sometimes when we're at home, he'll whip out his abacus, and oh, it's like, let's go work on taxes, baby. Get back there. So, but I don't call it hide and go seek when I'm in the store with him. I call it like engineer foreplay. And it got me in trouble one day because he was heading out the door with another Asian. And I ran after him like, babe, I'm right here, where are you going? And she just starts yelling at me. She's like, you too late, he mine. And I just figured the $4, because $4 no holla. So, yeah, it's rough. It's definitely rough. Then, we tried to travel. We went to Hawaii, which is very heavily populated with Asians. Bad call. We go with my brother. He looks like Jackie Chan. We lose my brother. Husband goes off to try to find him. He brings back a guy that looks like Ken Jeong. I'm like, no. Goes back, gets another Asian guy. It's like, no, that's more like Margaret Cho. Babe. So it's very stressful for us to travel in more Asian populated places, so we don't. Yeah. So this summer, took my sister with me to Japan. Japan is fabulous. People are nice, kind people. I was just really, I just love that country. And the streets are clean, and I did something I wasn't very proud of because I got homesick, and I started littering. Like, I just started dropping my trash. And the people, it didn't do any good, because they just come up behind you with your trash. They're like, you dropped this. And then I did the most American thing I could think of. I took their wallet and I hid them, but I'm just kidding, I just took their wallet. But I really think I have discovered the answer to world peace, because every toilet I went to over there had a bidet. And if you don't know what a bidet is, it's connected to the toilet, and it's a spray of water on your hoo-ha or your poo-paw, like your chocolate starfish. But you don't know what you're missing out on. And if you go home tonight and get your garden hose out, you will thank me, and you will have it on your Christmas list, because I know it's on mine. So, world peace. Very nice people. You want to go there, for sure. So, yeah. Oh yeah, well, my time is up, but I don't know how much longer I'll be here in the States because I think I'm going to be accidentally deported to Mexico to build that wall. Yeah. So, make sure you send money. All right. Well, this is my time. Thank you for a lovely evening. Thanks for coming out. I'm going to hand you over to Christina.